Hey, we're back, guys. Hello, John, Mike, Jade, Shelby here. I was anyway, we're back with another episode of First Play. Today we are going to play Arena for the Gods by IELLO, which is like a board game fighting kind of thingamajigger where we play heroes who are fighting in the area to amuse their gods. We got another short video, about a minute and a half, that we're gonna play for you guys real quick so you get a better look at the components and all that good stuff. And we will be right back in just a second. Now we're back, and they can hear us too, which is also very good.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So we were while the video was playing for you guys, we were discussing placing some bets on how likely it is that Shelby and Jade will each other's throat, and one of us sneaks in and takes the win. Right? Is that how this is gonna work out?
The objective is not quite that way.
Okay.
So.
All right. So without further ado, Mr. Mike, who partially read through the rules here, is gonna show us how it's going.
To avoid the event turning into a massacre. That's quoting the rule book now.
Wasn't that the point?
The game ends as soon as a hero turns in his weapons, which means as soon as he has no life points, or she has no life points. So the first hero that dies ends the game.
All right.
Then the hero wins is the one with the most life points left. That's pretty much that's as easy and as simple as it gets.
Yep.
So theoretically, you might not want somebody to die if you don't have the highest life points totals left.
Good thinking there.
All right, that makes sense.
But then you can't really. The only way to raise your life points basically is by going through the life pools, and of course lowering them is pretty much an obvious way.
I was like, or you can make somebody's life points lower.
But this is a two-stage game.
All right.
The first stage is where you draft your equipment by placing secret bids. So we're going to start in order of the cards, and we're going to pull out one card for each of us, the top four, and the rest of them go away. And then we can all look at them, see what they are, spread them out, see what you like, and then you're going to take however many of your life you want to bid. You're going to put it in your hand, and you're going to go out like this, and we're going to go boom. Everybody's going to lose all the life that they bid for 4 times.
Even if they don't win that.
Well, the quantity determines the order of picking. If there's ties, there's a negotiation over which one do I want, which one do you want, and if they can't agree, it's random. You just shuffle them together and deal them.
Okay.
So if like one person says I got to have something and they bid a bunch, and the other 3 go, well, we don't care about any of those cards, and they've all bid 0, then there's going to probably be a 3-way deal for cards or whatever. So realistically, if you bid 5 life on each of these piles and you win all 4 of them, you just killed yourself.
That is also your remaining life to play in the game.
Correct.
And you just ended the game right then.
Well,
and the person that didn't bid very much just won.
Because I'm out.
So
all right, yeah.
That's unfortunately a sabotage point of the game if somebody chose to do something stupid like that.
Troll.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't be a
All right.
troll.
I didn't have enough intelligence
just-
to be a troll.
I just wanted to point that out as a
Okay,
logical conclusion to this thing. If you end up bidding 5 on all 4 of these, regardless of whether you win or lose the auctions, you just lost your life.
Okay.
So put it in perspective as to bidding. You're going to lose how much hit points you're going to have to start with. There's 15 available to recover. So that's what we're going to do to start with. And then we'll go into how the game plays.
All right. So we start with hand
they're
weapons.
They're in order. The first thing is hand weapons. The next thing is your mount. Then your armor and shield, or if you wish, and spells.
Oh, we got a mount.
Well,
in an arena.
It's movement. Call it magic boots. Call it a horse. Call it whatever you want.
It's go fuel.
So they'll probably recognize these cards. But the key to the card is when you're rolling dice, the symbols on the left activate the card. Okay, that you roll. And there's equal, I mean, there's 2 green things for movement so you can move, but otherwise, and 2 swords, but there's only 1 blue and 1 yellow. So there's, if you're looking for things that activate in a higher percentage, it's red and green. Yellow and blue don't activate as much. So you have behind you in your card, your normal melee is you need 2 swords to deal 1 damage to an adjacent hero. This one here knocks that, it goes down to a single sword. You can push an adjacent hero. So why would you do that? Because you want to push them into the spiky trap.
Right, it doesn't do damage per se, but...
It can if you push them into the spiky trap. But that's about as good as that weapon does. Some of these, this one, other one is deal -1, or in other words, 1 damage to a faraway hero. That means it's a range striking type, or it's a spear. It kind of fits your character.
I was thinking the trident fit my character.
Oh well, the trident. Yeah. Now that's a more defensive weapon, obviously, because it takes the blue and the green to give a handicap.
Yep.
If you've got one of these sitting on your card because they clip down on your shield, you're -1. You're rolling 1 less dice. Okay. So that punishes, and you push them. Give it to an adjacent hero, and you push them. So it's not really. We don't even have any high damage ones here, except I think this one. Nope. It's just a steel, a life point. So you get to gain 1. Yeah. So there isn't none of the high damage weapons.
So a whole bunch of shoving into spiky bits. Get it.
Yeah, the big weapons didn't show up.
Thank goodness.
So everybody recognize what you see out here, ready to bid?
Yeah, I think so.
Ay. There's just kind of 2 of them push, huh?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Oh, interesting.
I mean,
I don't even know what happened with them.
so does it mean you gotta land a sword and
you have to have that.
That's the only
in your
way
dice roll. You take those 2 dice and activate that.
Yep.
Or you activate based on what's inside your card.
Yeah, that I get. How many dice do you normally roll?
7.
Oh,
7.
so
7 dice minus.
So there's a decent
minus
number
any of these that you have.
dice.
So yeah, your odds are that you're going to roll pretty much this.
Hmm?
What'd you do in your hand?
Those are the 6 faces, and then you have
Let me tell you that.
the odd one that throws in a loophole. That's your average roll right there.
Okie dokie.
And then you have your, because that's 1 of each face right there. So,
Crate of glass bottles following me, and one of them broken.
So you take as many cubes as you want to bid and put them in your hand. Ready?
Oh, that one kind of flung out.
So we tied. We're first, of course.
And I'm going to get what's left because none of those are any good at all.
Yeah, just one, like 1.
Okay, that's fine. Because I want the spear.
Okay. Which one? I think there's.
You want the
That
spear?
one, yep.
I'll take this trident just because it fits.
Oh boy! But I get to re-roll 1 time. Yeah, that's not bad. So you place these out where everybody can see them.
Yeah, I figured.
They know your powers.
It just figured since
Now we're going into things that
Poseidon guy
are movement oriented. The elephant is here.
Aww.
Olifant. What's it do?
I want that just
One
because of my
space.
heritage.
Give push them. There's a whole bunch of push in this game.
Okay, so now we got a little bit. Yeah, we definitely get more all double symbol activation cards.
Yeah.
So. There's a fighting beast right there. One space pushing adjacent hero.
Oh,
Those two are
there.
identical.
It's been here.
Just different activation dice. Push adjacent hero, push adjacent hero. Heroes. So you get all of them with that one.
Cerebus.
Move one space, give the element trumps.
Can you guys see him?
Yeah.
Oh, man, can you guys see him?
Interesting. Okay.
One.
You guys really want it. What'd
I'll
you
get
do?
one.
One. I
I'll
did
get
two.
leftovers.
Yeah, I'll get middle leftovers. I'll get the big two.
Everybody wants the putty tat.
Yeah.
Yes. I do too.
I did not.
Sounds like a random roll to me.
Well,
Right.
no, it's 2 cards and then the alternate. So we do. So we're gonna do a random fling on the second card.
Unless you
See
guys can, yeah.
I mean, my other choice would be Cerberus. My second choice.
Oh, push all adjacent heroes.
Yeah. Move one and then push everybody. But yes, I want the putty tat.
Yep.
So
That's why I bid 3.
Roll them.
Uh,
How do you determine? You shuffle them.
Yeah.
Well,
just,
yeah, we're gonna take 2. My second would have been the elephant.
the elephant. Okay, I'll concede that. We want a random. Yeah, those two.
Somebody can shuffle them and deal them.
And then you're gonna get either Cerberus or the
Whatever John does not pick.
Elephant.
Whatever I don't pick. Let's see. Cerebus or the scopes. Man, I'm
moving the arena.
I'm an earthquake. Okay, I won't put the cards there anymore. I'm sorry, guys. I was trying to be all schniggity. Move one space, push an adjacent. Move
Here
one
it's
space.
like, ah.
Oh, so these are identical. It's just, and these have the same odds,
Oh.
except I think you said that no, the blue and the swords are common, right?
I think there's one of each.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter. But I am partial. I don't like goats, so you get the goat, and I get service. He seems a little more ferocious.
All right, now we're into armor, shields, etc. defensive items.
And Grisnir.
All right, so
Sounds like a Norse thing.
Tutankhamun mask, move an adjacent hero, move space, reroll. Here's a Quetzalcoatl's mask or feathers. Imperial shield, gain 1 special shieldy tokeny thing, which then
flame.
deals 1 damage to adjacent hero when you use it.
Oh, nice.
And another push adjacent heroes, move a space. Tears armor. Hey, wait, that not quite me, but close. Samurai,
So
almost
a
samurai
whole
armor.
bunch of pushy and a shieldy thing.
Yeah, not so much. Not so much. All right. Let's see. That would be nice.
Indeed.
Indeed.
Got one. 3-way tie for the one.
That wasn't
All
very
right.
popular with
So,
anybody.
was there
No.
anything that somebody wants to rule out of us 3? That
Which
you
one are you
want-
giving to me, and then the 3 of them are being negotiated over?
I kind of feel like it's going to be one of these 2 is what I was thinking as far as a giveaway.
I kind of want.
Right, so we
Well,
know
so
we
you
want
want
this
the,
one. We want these 2 potentially, right? I think
Yeah.
all 3 of us will be happy with one of these 2. Which one of these 2 we want to give the mic is the question.
I
The
think
first one.
the first one.
Move an
nice.
adjacent hero, and I'm saying that's all you get? Yeah, that's cool. All right,
Okay, so
so now
can you agree, or do we shuffle?
I kind of want. I'll take the reroll.
the
yeah,
I
real
kind of want the mirror.
See, I kind of want the mirror too. Let me see what this one does.
Well, if neither
Push
of you
a
want
G.
the first one, then I'll take that.
Well, I
You
might
guys can
want it.
duke
I'm
out
looking
for
at what it
rounds.
is. Move one space, reroll. The reroll is kind of nice too. So
Random shuffle.
Random shuffle.
Random shuffle.
Yeah. I mean, I'm happy with all three,
Yeah.
to be honest with you. So we'll see what happens. Also, if it means denying you,
Let's
because
see,
you're
who do I
tricksy.
want to get which
Trixie,
card
you're
now?
I know. Oh, that's right.
Right now, it's in your hands.
I lost track already, so it's not even gonna matter anymore.
Hey, mirror.
All right. I got the reroll. Move one space and reroll.
All right, now for some blasty spells. Maybe.
20.
Put it all in. Yeah, these ones usually are.
And that was the world's shortest game.
Right. Thanks, guys, for joining us.
Ooh, look out! Here comes the 3 damage. And look at how much somebody has. That's just not
Look at
important. Move a hero. That's not so important. Turn your unused dice to the face of your choice.
That's the one you want.
That's the kill. That's
Oh,
just-
that's another.
that's
That's,
just
the
fine.
cheat
That's
code.
one of the cheats. One of the ones that are really nice to have.
That is crazy, crazy cool. I can see it already. I mean, and it gives me a guarantee. Is like
It's a filler.
Of course, you gotta activate it. Still.
Yeah, so you're spending 2 to do 1.
But sometimes that can be worth it.
No, it says remaining dice, right? Unused dice. So you can choose to say all the other ones are unused. Use just the 2, and then
That's what I'm
change
trying to
all
get
the
at, though.
other
You still
bases.
have to activate it. It's possible
Yeah.
your initial roll doesn't get the roll
This
you
is true,
want.
but you get to roll twice. So
You get to roll twice. Okay.
So,
And you
okay.
get to keep some dice, or you get to
Yeah,
reroll.
it's. I'm
Alright.
pretty sure that's how it works. 4.
3.
Of course, Shelby.
3.
So the
Yeah, we all know what I want.
and the rest of us are all tied.
This is probably gonna be a shuffle because I don't want any of the other 2 that I don't want.
I want the
I
damage.
want the damage.
We're shuffling.
Yeah.
That's the only reason. Yes, I was after the damage.
I was after either the damage or the change of the face. I didn't
Yep,
care.
me
So
too.
once the change of the face went away, I was
That's
after the
like-
damage.
Well, that's what everyone wants is the damage.
Yeah, I was okay with the
Gain your
reroll.
Equipment.
Hey! Alright.
Ah,
This is the most useless one right here.
Pan's Symphony.
Mwahaha.
Hey, I get to peek at people's life. That's about as useless as it gets.
Sacrifice to Teal'c.
Okay. So the next step is to place your heroes, beginning with the first player, which is the one that bid the highest on spells,
Okay.
is the first player. You place your hero in one of the spaces that's a border region. And by the way, it's a must-move game, so whatever movement you activate, you must complete it. But you can go. You can do.
How do I
back and
determine what's a
forth.
border? I'm sorry.
It's on the border.
Just an edge, empty space
Border.
on the
That's
edge.
that's an empty space. Empty space.
So how did you get all the way over there?
There's nothing here. This is an edge piece.
Oh, that is not a
Yeah.
hex.
Nope.
Has to have a complete hex.
Yeah.
I understand.
And then it goes clockwise. She's first player, and then I go.
So that's me.
Mm-hmm.
Anything specific about this finger pointing thing?
Nope.
No,
Nothing.
the rest is just decoration.
Oh, it's one of the big foamy things.
Yeah.
These terrain, you cannot move into them. Causes you 1 damage. You may pull one of these every time you step or cross it.
Yep.
On it or across it, whatever.
So you could go.
You can go if you have
Clean
a,
up all 5, yeah. Okay.
All right, so that's how you. After it's all started, it's time to beat people to death.
By the way, coffee. Be right back.
This is a very coffee heavy game. I wish these things came like
In flavors?
organized by color.
Oh, okay.
I might just be my OCD a little bit. Not OCD, but
I don't know. You like specific colors more than others. As far as taste, I think you always leave the blue to last.
I think as I get older, my particular and how things are set up is worse.
Okay, so the way this is going to work is you're going to roll 7 dice. You can pick up as many or as few as you want and re-roll
You get one
once.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Unless you have
unless you have, one of those, in which case you then, after your And we'll get into activating cards. But anyway, you're going to roll the dice. And combat's going to be, or what you do during the turn is going to be a matter of activating either your standard ability that's on the back of your thing by committing 2 dice to that thing, or putting the dice that activate the cards on the card and thereby committing the dice to that action. You must do everything on the card in the order that the card presents it, if at all possible. And so if it has a multiple action, like I must move 1 space before I give the penalty token to somebody. I can't do it before I move. So yeah, you have to complete the first action before you do the second action. So, and you can take as many actions in a turn as your dice allow you to do so. Pretty much simple. The idea is to beat everybody else up.
Right.
So, any questions after that? That's pretty much it. You just need explanations on what these things do, but for the most part, they're pretty obvious.
You can stand on the fountain spaces?
Yeah,
yes, you can. These, when they're given to somebody, get clipped on here like that. So that's how you can see everybody's, how many they've got.
I'm confused. You said you can stand on these?
No,
On the fountains.
Oh, that's a
That's
fountain.
what I meant. So, like, if I wanted to get adjacent to Jade,
you can stand on this too, but
it's going to cause you to point it down.
Well, just entering it or crossing it causes you to lose one.
Well, pushes you onto it. Is that how that works?
But you can step on it if you want to.
I'm just asking, when you get
repeatedly.
pushed, you actually get pushed onto it, right? You physically move the character to that point.
Correct. Yep. Adjacent means across a fixed border like that. You're not adjacent any other way. So, fountain's pretty self-explanatory. Trap, return 1, blah, blah, blah. You must always move your entire movement when you activate movement. So, okay. Yep. Reroll. You choose as many dice as you want and roll them another time. So obviously, much like her reroll, you're going to take one of the dice out to activate that in order to reroll after you've rerolled. Yeah. So
the
protection token. Another definition. Far away. Hero is considered to be far away if he fills 2 conditions: not adjacent and within line of sight. Here we go with the line of sight. You can't go through the blocking obstacles. That's not it.
So Jade is in my line of sight.
So activate an armor card that gives you a protection token. You take one.
You are not.
You put the protection token on yourself, and when your hero loses 1 or more life tokens during another hero's turn, you must apply the effect that is indicated on your card. I don't know who has. Somebody has one of
Shelby.
those. Oh, she's got all the good cards, huh?
Yeah.
Target number 1.
Okay, kill Shelby.
Quick question. When I choose to activate a reroll 1-time ability, it means that the pool of dice that's remaining is the reroll, or reroll 1 die?
Whichever ones you haven't committed to actions.
Yeah.
Reroll the dice pool, not reroll 1 die.
Yeah, so you could...
So you get...
In your first roll, if you get a paw print, you could automatically use that, move 1 space, and then reroll everything, and it wouldn't count as your, reroll.
Right.
So...
Thank you.
That makes any sense.
No, it makes sense.
Well, you end up with 2 rerolls for your dice. If you can activate the card.
Yeah, because you can keep that die that you're like, that's going to give me another reroll. Reroll that pool, and then spend that die to reroll that pool again if you want.
Yes, but you have to move first.
Right.
And mine is push somebody before I get my reroll. So it's not as easy to do.
Well, do you have to meet that condition before you do
that? If at all possible.
If possible, you must do it.
Oh. Range attacks.
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Her stupid spear.
And these aren't going to do anything for me. Alright, so here's what I got. I'm going to deal 1 damage to a faraway hero and give you -1 die. My line of sight, John is not. Sorry.
For those of you watching at home, this was somewhat predicted.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Absolutely predicted.
Then I'm going to choose to move a space, but it's. Oh wait, no. I'm going to use these first. These I'm going to generically move one space by spending these 2 dice. Which is, yeah, that's written on your little shieldy. So I'm going to move 1 space. Then I'm going to use these 2 dice to move a space into the fountain, which is one of these, and deal -1 to an adjacent hero. And that's my turn.
Wow.
Well, let's see if we can all go over here and get her.
Well, it all depends how much life points you got left now, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Alright, so what would make sense is to just go, I'm saving this one.
This is just like there's
And
none of these
potentially saving.
are any good.
Yeah, you got a lot of push over there, right? Like move
Push,
this
push,
and push,
yeah.
push, move.
Move an adjacent hero.
Yeah.
Yeah, these cards are all useless. And then look, so they're completely useless.
Can you activate a card more than once?
I believe so, right? As long as you have dice.
Yeah,
Yeah, you can activate an ability over.
Wow.
but each dice can only be used one. You
Right.
can actions in any order, repeat the same
Oh,
action as
yeah.
many times you like.
Yeah,
That's
so
what
you
happened
have,
to
like,
me.
You have like 3 rerolls. And
Yeah.
Should you
yeah,
choose to
there's
keep them?
none.
Yeah.
Should you choose to keep them?
Yeah. But if you did keep them and use them, that would let him move 3 spaces.
Right,
for
that's
the
what I
3
was thinking.
dice
Because
versus.
I can move 4 spaces right now.
Yeah,
1,
versus
2,
the
3.
And
just
push
moving
you.
1
3.
for 2.
And then can I... What can I do? Keep that for that.
Pathetic.
Interesting.
This is interesting. Move a hero of my choice 1 space. I can move them anywhere.
Any hero? Oh, that's nice.
Move a
Move
hero.
any hero.
You're not
Doesn't have
required to
be
use all
adjacent.
your
So I
dice,
can
by
move
the way.
someone into a trap.
Right.
Should
But
I want?
I think...
That's kind of nice for a movement and a sword.
Okay. So, this is how we're going to do it. We're going to save these. We're going to save these. We're going to apply here, move 1 space,
By the way, if you
and re-roll.
if you push
1
somebody and they can't go because they're at the edge or they're up against a pillar, they lose a life token.
Oh, we're going to save these then.
Ouch.
Because now we're going to move.
And by the way, if you push a hero into a hero, neither one of them move, and they both lose a life token.
And
So
then
push.
we're going to cause you -6.
Push could be good.
Holy
For me?
Yes.
Okay, fine.
Ooh, that was
I see how it's
I saw this.
that
and
was
I was like,
that was a big smack.
I see how it is.
Wow.
Jade,
I'm staying away from him.
well, if it happens again, but that was like, I mean.
That was kind of lucky, yeah. I mean,
Pass the dice, please.
Oh, yeah, you need my dice now.
They're not your dice.
they're the dice.
The
The
dice.
collective dice.
The dice. I need probably lots of paw prints because otherwise I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah,
There's a few because I can't move. Well, I can, but it takes 2. Well, that's a move, just like that's a move. Theoretically, this doesn't do any good whatsoever. Moving it. Look at the. Yeah, that doesn't.
Lots of pushy shoves.
Well, yeah, this is all just totally useless stuff. So I'm going to re-roll these 2. And I get the same thing, which
I'm
I'm
assuming
going to
you can occupy the same space as another.
activate.
cannot.
I'm going to
Cannot.
activate,
You
and
have to be
then
adjacent.
I'm going to. I activated a re-roll. I'm going to re-roll these.
Oh, those are at least
Swords.
Let's see.
a point of damage.
I can re-roll.
Mike's not happy.
I wasn't going to get near anybody to give him a point of damage. I got 2 movement points.
Yeah, I get it.
Maybe if you hang out back there, though, we'll all kill each other.
Well, you could collect a whole bunch of health
Yeah.
and slowly get to be the guy that is like, oh, looks what I
Yeah.
killed, I win.
I won by default.
So, for those of you home wondering, we are playing what's called the long game, and the only difference between a short and a medium and a long game is the amount of terrain out there.
Yeah, they cut off the board for the short games. In
Oh,
other words,
so
they
it's half.
cut out of bounds for a row or 2 or 3. And they squeeze it down to a smaller, so you smack each other real fast.
Not that it matters because we pretty much got to each other.
Yeah, well.
I just saw the movement and I was like, all right.
Oh, poo.
Ooh.
You can't do what you want to do exactly.
Okay, I'm gonna do a new. This is Ox Steal 1 health from an adjacent hero.
Steal
Thanks.
1. Right?
Steel is nice. That was actually not a bad card.
Oh, shit.
Never mind, I had one less
Or you
die.
can re-roll that whole pool if that's what you want to do with one less die. You know. I know you sacrificed the one you needed. That's why I'm asking.
Move a hero of my choice 1 space.
Aye! Ouchie.
And then
But I helped you.
I'm gonna move this way.
I'm gonna run. Not that I think it'll help you all that
No,
much.
because I don't know why I threw it over there, because it's gonna come right back.
Maybe. We'll see. Oh, goody. I'm going to change all of my dice faces to be exactly what I want them to be.
All or one?
Just all.
Turn all of your unused dice to the face of your choice.
Bleh.
That's Freya is just
Yeah, that's
awesome.
not
So,
cool.
okay, I don't want to do this.
The most inefficient way possible.
Ideally, all blanks would
I
be
know.
change into. That seems to be like the best place to put them.
Just all shields. Just sit there and just.
Okay, if I do shield and then 4 blades.
Ew.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
Ew. Oh, this is disgusting.
All right, deal 1 to a faraway hero, John, and you
One,
have
you
to
said.
take 1, and you're gonna take a -1 die.
Okay.
Then.
And this stays on you forever?
Just the turn.
Until
Just
the
the turn.
next turn.
You
And then
discard it with the dice you don't use.
Okay.
I'm going to move 1 space and deal another damage to you.
Okay.
And
Move another space.
yeah, I'm gonna do it again. Move another space and deal another damage
What?
to you. I know what I'm doing. Okay,
I'll take your word.
there you go.
So take the
Take
Right.
-1 die.
and get rid of the
Yeah,
minus
remember
1 die
that
counter.
-1 die. Interesting.
Alright. So, what do we got?
Why did you not hop back on the fountain?
I thought about it.
We are going to.
Road less traveled.
So, when you push a hero, you decide where he goes, or is that
No, directly
away? Okay.
away.
Yeah. So if
There's
you
no
push
option.
me-
So we're gonna go.
You push them in the tower, they get 1
One
damage.
one space, and then we're gonna reroll all these. This is not my second roll. It's just the ability of that
reroll.
die.
Mhm.
Okay. That's 1 point of damage at least. I should save that. We're gonna move 1 space again and reroll all this actually. Alright.
You got one. Remember that 1 dice is out.
Oh, I picked it back up, didn't I? I'm sorry. Okay. Yeah, this is the difficult decision, isn't it? Move here and reroll these 3 dice. Sword and something did something? No, those don't do anything.
Yeah, you need
2 of a
doubles,
kind.
Yeah.
Yeah,
2 of a
yeah,
kind is the base move.
So move back here
Take another health.
and
Just do it
reroll
the whole
these 2
turn.
dice if I have to. Yep, that was it, and now I'm just left with my actual reroll.
Can you
Sword and
reroll
the
at any time?
shield doesn't do anything.
I think so.
Okay.
That's how you reroll.
Pass the dice when you're done. And so I can have my nothing
only
turn.
reroll after, and then you can.
Ah, jeez. Reroll these.
You got movement.
Yeah, whoopee. I didn't get the movement I needed. I needed to move 2 spaces to get over to actually do all of this.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't get that.
Stay in your corner. I'll stay in mine.
So the question is, that is a totally useless. What do I have? I've got that move. That's it. There's absolutely nothing else. Well, I'll burn this dice over here and re-roll these guys. Well, that helped. That certainly did help. Okay.
Interesting.
That certainly helped. All right, so we'll do that. So let's see. That will. Yep, that's what's going to happen there. This is going to be there, and this one's just going to be a nothing dice. So we're going to move, give you a bad missing dice token,
Missing dice.
and then we're going to move you 1 more space, and you can go there.
So that was just a move, not a push.
No, it's move adjacent hero 1 space.
Yeah, move, not a push. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can move.
Yeah, I
wherever
couldn't
you want.
push. Well, I could have pushed. I could have pushed and done damage, but I didn't have the push available.
How do you, so if you push against a wall, that's still damage.
Push him out of bounds or into this, they cause a damage. They stay
I
where
didn't
they
know
are.
that. Okay, cool.
I
I thought it was just.
I
no,
announced it earlier.
It's okay. I thought it was just spiky balls, but that's good to know. I see the spiky parts on this.
Can also push heroes into each other, and they both get damage.
Ooh, that's pretty nice, actually.
So I had to get in the action with my old move
Causing
stupid
some
stuff.
damage seems
Yeah,
important.
do something.
My reroll.
It's 1 point of damage.
How come you have 7 dice? You're not supposed to have rolled the 7th dice in the first place.
Because it's kind of hard to remember.
It's sitting right in
absolutely
front
hard.
of you. You
It
just pick
sure
the dice
is,
up,
but
give it to the
It's
next
so
person.
hard to. Okay, well, let's do this one. Move a hero of my choice 1 space. Move 1 space. Push an adjacent hero.
That is not the correct symbol.
You're absolutely right. 1 point of damage.
So go back where you were. You're not moving. You're doing 1 point of damage to Mike.
1 point of damage. And then steal 1 health from you.
That's a good ability.
It's sort of.
Well,
If I could do.
not only are you doing damage, you are healing. And that's really cool, actually. At least in my book it is. Stuffs. Well, I see. These 2 points of damage.
Things happening.
Okay.
Okay. Then it's not what I wanted to do.
Reroll it off. We're okay.
Yeah.
Could move. No, you're right. I'm gonna roll it off.
Jedi mind trick works every time.
Didn't give me much better results, but that's okay.
We're back to 2 points of damage, at least, did I see? Well, no, there's that card that does 2 swords. I don't know what it does for you.
Move space, steal 1 to an adjacent hero.
Something.
Hey. Guess that's what it's gonna be. So I'm gonna generically move 1 here. And then I'm going to move space this way, deal 1 damage to you.
Wouldn't you do move and deal damage to me
it's
first? No?
Move 1 space and deal 1 damage. No, I just I did my generic move first.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, there's the one for the second one.
Actually, no, you're right. I should have done that the other way.
Okay.
Move,
so-
do a damage, move, do a damage, and then move back away from me. Generic move.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay, full 7 dice, right? Nobody
Yep.
yell at me now.
No,
Okay,
that's what I
yeah,
have.
Nope.
Woohoo! That I'm keeping. Alright. Shields are garbage as far as I'm concerned. So, we're going to keep these right over here. We're going to move 1 space and re-roll all of these.
Oh, now there's an interesting.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna spend this to do a point of damage to you because I'm gonna push you into the wall.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna use my reroll.
Okay.
See what happens here. That's sort of what I'm sort of not looking for.
You can move and reroll again.
I could, but I'm happier being there.
Okay.
And well, if I move and reroll, I can see what happens with that die. But that's 1 die. It's not
Yeah,
gonna do anything.
I mean, you only have 1 card that does what has 1 for move and reroll.
Yeah. So it's actually no, I can't do this. I can spend these now and do 3 points of damage to you, and then move a space, move away from you.
Well, but you did 3 points of damage.
Yes.
You successfully killed me.
That's what I figured.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
And this,
So I'm
so
looking up
does
the
it
rule
stop
that was.
before or after I gain the
'Cause
life point?
I was curious.
It's when you
If
spend it.
I end up
Okay, so
here
I don't-
and push
Yeah.
you,
Would I take 2 points because I'm on
Yes.
the trap and
but apparently you're not actually moving because you don't move. You have to move or cross to trigger these. And it says the hero does not move. Instead, they take 1 damage.
So you would only take
I was
1 point
was
of
going,
damage.
oh boy, I can
Bang,
do
bang,
2.
bang, bang,
there,
bang.
there's your typical like just trying to chain stuff off.
Right, so I don't
Well,
gain
I
that
had to
help.
work with what I had.
I can't move there.
It would
Okay,
have been
so I got
epic if you could.
2, 4,
I think you won.
Yeah,
6,
Mike totally
8,
won.
9. Mike won.
14.
This was-
Yeah,
Yeah,
over
12.
Yeah.
Hey!
Hey!
I killed people too fast.
Arena
That was
for the
like,
guys.
all right.
Well,
It's a quick game. What can I say? Yeah, in retrospect, this is a cool thing, but you can kill somebody off a little too quickly.
You see what happens when you have target cards. You have a target damage card, and you have a target dice card.
Yeah.
And you two were hard at it.
Well, I
We
just
were
thought
just
All of
like-
us- I just needed to do a little. I knew I needed to do some damage to her to have the highest total.
Because I didn't bid a lot.
Yes, and I didn't either. And
I
I
didn't
knew.
pay attention to him, but I figured she took enough of a chunk out of you that I wasn't going to be below you. No,
No,
She
that's
just
why I wasn't
poked.
going to leave you
Poke, poke.
alone. There was
Yeah.
no way.
Poke with a
I had to do damage.
Especially if I could steal health every turn.
Yeah, I forgot about that
was-
ability.
yeah.
Stealing health was cool.
Yeah.
All right, well, John's a bit of dum dum. He just went for like,
That's all right.
But you see, if I get lucky enough on my next turn and get a whole bunch of swords and 2 blues, I move 1 here, push, and then I just push and reroll, push and reroll, push and reroll, and for every single sword,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
1
that
damage.
was- that was
So there was going to
similar.
be. I was looking at this going,
I was
come
hoping
on.
when I was sitting here and nobody was adjacent to me, I was hoping to just roll a bunch of shields because it's 1 shield and deal 1 damage to a faraway
Oh,
hero and
cow.
just deal all the damage
yeah.
from a distance, you know. But I rolled all swords that turn and I was like,
Well, that's why you re-rolled that one.
yeah.
And then no shields came up
And
anyway.
got no shields
I just got
anyway.
lucky with
Yeah.
these coming up.
Yeah, there's some
That
nasty.
first turn was like crazy. I'm like,
nasty
I
cards.
see bear paws and I see. All right,
Yeah.
so that's it for this episode. I believe we are up next week, maybe with Monstrous. We keep pushing that one back, but we're gonna be playing something potentially next week. You're gone, so a 5-player game or 4-player game. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe to our channel. We forgot to throw up the winners for
King of
this month.
Tokyo
They're in
promo
our
comes
previous.
with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it comes in the box. You get a King of Tokyo promo card
Mhm.
in this particular. I should have mentioned that. Is that what you're saying?
That's
Yeah.
why I'm showing it off.
I don't know what it is. It's
It's a-
champion.
The guy summoning Thor's hammer.
Nice.
It's a Wendigo, it looks like, or some silly creature.
Yep. So if you are a fan of King of Tokyo, you're gonna get a promo card in this game. Anyways, so our apologies. We forgot to post up the winners in this video. But if you're curious about the July videos, winners, they are in our previous videos, and they'll probably be up for the next video too. So subscribe, like us. We appreciate you guys. Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.